It's called What Happens First. We saw Mac Jones at Patriots practice. It was great to see. I love seeing these rookie mini camps happening. And he was rocking the classic number 50 jersey. The question still remains on what New England's quarterback situation really will be to roll out there week one. What happens first, Peter? Mac Jones starts at quarterback for the Patriots, or Trey Lance starts at quarterback for the 49ers?
This is all very important, Kay, and I'm going to treat it with a lot of gravity. But first, more about the chickens on the farm in Poland. Can you enlighten us a little bit more? What is the situation? And can you tell us what exactly scarred you with the chicken scene in Poland?
Oh, I don't know. My brother was 2 years older than me and terrorized me virtually every day. And my parents sent me to Poland to be on the farm with my grandparents. And my brother cut off a chicken's head so they could make chicken soup for dinner. And he chased me around with it, caught me, sat on top of me, and waved a chicken's head on a rope over my head. And scene.
That'll do it. Thank you, Kay.
That is pretty.
That'll do it. I appreciate you for that.
Wow.
That is some dark stuff. I appreciate it. That is good. And now we know why it's called chicken with its head cut off. And that might be what these rookie quarterbacks look like when they're thrown onto the field by their head coaches. Perfect segue. No, I look at these two and I would say probably Mac Jones. Probably. I just feel like Trey Lance is on the layaway program here. We've got Jimmy Garoppolo at 29 years old. We know he can win games. He's taken us to a Super Bowl. We're going to ride Jimmy as long as we can until it's absolute necessity that Trey Lance has to play, that he's outplaying him in practice every day, or that Jimmy just can't get the job done. I think the Cam Newton situation, he's going to probably start week one, but they're ready to go with Mac Jones when he's ready to go. And I don't think this is one of those years where Mac Jones just sits on the bench and waits. He's ready to play. He's been in that Alabama program for years, knows how to get on the field and can do it. Trey Lance is a raw project right now who has not had nearly as much experience against big-time competition as Mac Jones. But gosh, that chicken story.
Hey, Peter, it's so funny you say he went at Alabama. He shouldn't wait. He went to Alabama. I don't think Mac Jones minds waiting, and I think actually Cam Newton will have a pretty good year. I think the way that the weapons around Cam Newton, all the people coming back on that defense, I just think the New England Patriots will be a better football team collectively. And so I think Cam will have that opportunity because they'll simplify things. It'll be a lot of the run game. It'll be a lot of those passes in between the hashes to the tight ends. And then I think about Jimmy G and the 49ers, and I think about how Kyle Shanahan won games with guys we never heard about at the quarterback position. And so to think that an ultra-athletic guy like Trey Lance, who all we've heard about is how smart he is and how he's picking things up, I know it's a stretch. I know it's a stretch because Mac Jones is the more ready guy, but I just think Jimmy G is going to struggle a little bit early. And I think Kyle is going to say, you know what? This is what we drafted this guy for. Let's put him out there. RG3, I don't think was as supreme a thrower as some of these guys come into the league, and they were able to kind of handcraft the perfect offense for him to excel at. And I can see Kyle and those guys doing the same thing with Trey Lance if they have to. So I'm going to go out on a limb, and I'm going to say, let Trey Lance get on that field first. Let's see what happens.
Okay. Y'all, here's what I know. I know that Mac Jones is considered extremely accurate. He's very on time with his passes. He's an unbelievable processor. When I talked to teams going through the draft process that sat down with him, they said he was the best processor in the draft. I've seen him in topless photos. I've seen Tom Brady in topless photos. I feel like there are a lot of similarities. I am breaking down here. And then you go and look at Cam Newton throwing 8 touchdown passes last season, averaging 177 yards a game. If you think you start seeing Mac Jones play well in practice and they start thinking about everything that went with Cam last year and you have all this talent and all you need is somebody to get him the football, I think we're going to see Mac Jones first. I also think this because I do believe the 49ers want to play Jimmy Garoppolo throughout the entire season. I believe that because people in San Francisco have told me that. So I do think the other way this happens in the reverse, Kay, is if Jimmy Garoppolo gets hurt, who just has missed 28 games over the last 3 seasons. Yes. So if he gets hurt, Trey Lance comes in early and plays right away. And I think that would be interesting because Kyle Shanahan obviously is brilliant at getting young quarterbacks, as D. Hall mentioned, or any quarterback ready to play.
Very tricky. I think both have playoff aspirations, Super Bowl aspirations. I know people don't want to think that about the Patriots. You can't count them out with all those additions they made, the opt-outs returning, and Bill Belichick being the coach there. It could get tricky out in San Francisco, as Peter Schrager mentioned a couple of weeks ago. We've got more Good Morning Football on the way.